It begins. I guess what I should start with is Happy Nationals, Happy Bottled and Bond Day. Also, Happy International Irish Whiskey Day. We'll deal with that later. Greetings, my name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. Live. I don't think I'm going to add that on there, but it's funny to say at least once. Sure. Music maestro. You know, if that's too loud, too soft, too annoying, too whatever. And we can begin this extended live stream. I say extended because, well, there's a raffle going on. If you weren't aware, it's right here. It's this little thing. I will be pouring myself these 4 samples. They're actually down by my feet because I have no room on my desk. And they are in order. So A through D. Make it easy. I can't even read the first one. 1792, 94, 1823. 1792. Bio. The RCB. Bottled and Bond. I can give you the long story about Bottled and Bond, but I won't. Look it up. It is, the short version is it's government-sanctioned bourbon. And I know it's supposed to be 4 years old. There's a bunch of other stuff that goes along with it, but I never remember it. I just know the government is paying attention to these bottles. And it's kind of nice. You get 50% bourbon with the government seal of approval. I think my favorite little tidbit that has stayed in my head is that, click that before I forget, is that this Bottled and Bond Act is to make sure that whiskey was safe for drinking. That's the general, because before this actually happened, whiskey was very sketchy. Very, very sketchy. You don't even want to know what they were drinking at the time or what was happening with people trying to make a quick buck by scamming people. Anyway, the point is, that's why this all happened. And the funny part to me is that the Bottled and Bond Act is it ratify? Is that the word? Anyway, to make sure whiskey was okay for the government standards, that happened before the Food and Drug Act. Before the Food and Drug Act did. So the government was interested in making sure the whiskey was good before they were worried about the food being safe. Very American. Let's see. Oh, I see people. Hello. Whiskey and the Censors come in, wanting mustache rides. Yet again, you can't afford it. Sugar Kitty. Meowty-tasking? Is that it? I tried to put those 2 words together, and that's what happened. Meow. Schwelcome. Rob Smith. Hello. Schwelcome. Zenbood. Cheers. Schwelcome to the madness of the evening. And if you haven't noticed, I put up the Celtic festive springiness. Those will be up until summer starts, and then it will be something else. I've forgotten what it usually is in the summer. I know it's leaves in the autumn. I know that one. So summer is going to be something else. And I just don't remember what it is. We'll all find out together. Andrew Butler, hello. Schwelcome. The voice changing thing today is just a thing. Second, I haven't even gotten through telling you what I have. This is one I realized. It's like, yeah, I'll use this one. I don't want to share this one now. But I will. E.H. Taylor Bottled and Bond. A favorite of mine. You'll note it's more than half empty. Bloomington Piper. Cheers. Welcome. Nathan Lee Books. Hello. Welcome. Glendale for the first time in honor of Irish. Good choice. Good choice. We have one of those here that's never been opened. We're waiting. Soon. Emily Chambers AFK. Cheers. Welcome. You're here in spirit. That's what matters. But yes, you'll get samples of these. That's the whole raffle tonight. Is the 1792 Bottled and Bond. So you can compare all of them. Why not? And this one people sometimes are interested in because of what it is, and it's hard to find, and it's expensive, and blah, 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 all that nonsense. It's just good. I wish it was just at the reasonable price. Because once they run out of those bottles, I never know if I'm going to get another one. I hope I will, but I never know. Ugh, I can't really go to the store and just pick one up. Number C on the evening. We have Old Forester 1897. I have to check something before I say something. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm on a roll for pushing the wrong thing today. I don't know what it is, but not all there. I thought so. So here's the deal. Old Forester 1897. The Bottle and Bond Act was in 1897. That was a little tidbit in my brain once I read that, and I went, wait, I want to double check that date, and that was correct. So isn't that neat? I don't know what all the other numbers are for with Old Forester, but I haven't tried them. We will eventually have a pairing situation where I'll be able to compare two different Old Forester new and old. So there's a newer release and an older release, and I got samples of each one. This is another one that was donated. The samples I'm talking about were donated by Whiskey Crusaders, Matt in particular. So that is on the list of things to do, but I don't know how. Suddenly I have a lot of things to do for live streams, and I'm trying to figure out how to get through it all. So we'll see. Like, normally I don't do raffles on Sundays. I usually do them on Fridays, but considering it's Bottle and Bond Day, I gotta do a raffle because Bottle and Bond, and oh god, it just gets so complicated. And of course, last but not least, a Texas bourbon, still Austin Bottle and Bond, the High Rye Bourbon Whiskey. I really like this one. It's starting to get dented, unfortunately. And I don't know when they'll do this again. This is the first time they're rolling these out this year. So if I assume they're going to make another. I assume this is going to be like a yearly release thing for them, because that's a good idea. Having seasonal releases that they can continue doing. You know, rather than just saying, thank you for all the little things going on. Like, what's happening? Oh. But this is a good idea if they are re-releasing these again next year. So you'll see this one again in a certain time of year, but I don't remember when I got this. I must have gotten this in October? Or was it March? Anyway, they did 4, and I think I only missed out on 1. I don't know if they've done the next one. Anyway, point is, I hope they do it again, because if not, I'll be sad. Waterford Guy Irish Single Malt, 50% ABV. Hey, close enough. You're combining the two worlds. It might not be government approved, at least around here, but it is appropriate for the day. Not that anything isn't appropriate here. Let us move on to the pouring of the whiskey. I never know if I should do this before the stream or during, but what happens is I just forget. That makes the decision for me. Oh, of course, if you do enter through PayPal or Venmo, I believe I pinned the comments yesterday, or pinned the links. So you got PayPal, Venmo, and Mega Chats. Mega Chat should make a noise. Super Chats, if you want to do it that way, those will also make a noise. So I will see those, but if it's Venmo or PayPal, please at KillCo Whiskey Musings in chat and let me know how many you want, or how many you entered for there. And then I can add you to the list. And we'll see who wins and who loses. No, just who wins. There are no losers in this. You go in saying, I'm either going to win or not. That's it. That's simple. What am I looking at my phone for? Eva Williams, hello. Mother's milk. Used to be. He knows the story. I drank a whole lot of that stuff early on. I noticed something eventually I didn't really like in it. Much like this one. Yes, that's right. I have a bias on all of these already. The 1792 Bottle and Bond, for whatever reason, I recall having a banana note. If you're new here, I don't like that. like Laffy Taffy Banana. Oh, yeah. So I'm also going back to some of these in a hesitant manner, being like, I don't remember if I liked it or not. No BOB, no BIB here. Four Roses single barrel, 100 proof instead. Oh, if only it was. I mean, it doesn't matter. But yeah, hello, great idea. I did a video for a Four Roses single barrel at the beginning of February. This is how that same bottle looks now. I was wondering why I didn't have one of these, and then I, of course, find out that they don't last more than 2 months. Out of all the whiskey I have here. Stupid. Alright. Gonna do tiny pours in big glasses. This is very strange to pour out of. Good God. Put this down. Put this down. Put this down. If I keep it on my table, knock it over. Porter Dram of Redwood Empire, BIB. Rocket Top Rye. Ooh, that'll be fun. I'm gonna lose track. Good thing I wrote it down. 1792. And then the EH table. I know I like this one. This is not a question of what I do and do not like. It's comparing them just out of curiosity. That's what I'll be giving to you. I'll just pour a little extra this one, just in case. What's really terrible is I'm going to do this stream for 2 hours, drink most of these, if not all of them, which is dangerous because I haven't really eaten much. Or I haven't eaten since lunchtime, and even then, that wasn't much. I do have dinner ready to go. It's just heated up and we're good. But until then... the Old Forester is C. This one I have gotten a banana note on as well, but not this Bottled Bond. I believe I'm thinking of the cheaper version. That's a lower proof. We'll find out. I don't remember. Oh, steady, steady, steady. Damn Glencairns. That's why I use the mini ones usually, but this time I went, I'll be fine. And last but not least, it'll be fun to compare these Kentucky bourbons to a Texas one. If anyone else has something in their glass, please let me know. I don't like to drink alone, but thankfully plenty of you are already said what you have, which is good. Am I drinking more on purpose? We don't know. You'll have to check Friday's live stream to see how things are going in my world. It's a bit difficult. I can say that much. Alright, I'm going to cap these. Oh, I don't forget to do that. So they can all stay about the same. This isn't a blind flight or anything. I just wanted to keep them where they're at least for the moment. And this is a rough draft of how I have these laid out. So again, A is 1792, B is the E.H. Taylor, C is the Old Forester, my screen's over there, and D is the Still Austin Bottled Bond. The mash bill, hello, sir. Mash bill, do you like have? Why are you not? Things and stuff, hold on. I want you to be able to put your stuffs in the chats. Mashbill has a GoFundMe going on right now because people suck. And he got screwed. He needs our assistance as a community. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for chat to move because me trying to do anything right now is not working. God. I'm just gonna keep clicking on your name. Not what I want. I want this to open something, but it's not doing it. Hold on. Fix this problem myself. There we go. Boom. Ugh, my foot's asleep. All right, you're well on your way. Awesome. I haven't checked it today. Here you go, folks. If you're not going to enter tonight, then I suggest you head over here to that link, help a brother out. He's at least halfway to your goal. Yeah. Yeah, you got some badass mofos in there. We're like, here, thwoosh. That's awesome. All right. There you go. So if you want to help the mash bill out, and I encourage you to do so, please follow that GoFundMe link. He's halfway there, and hopefully we can get him back on his feet, because people suck. Like, if that happened to me, I'd be not pleased at all. And it can happen to anyone, so don't forget that. Someone can screw you over so fast without without you knowing it. Their idea. Let you know what they're doing. Okay. Lost my train of thought. I'm thirsty. I'll drink water first, but... And anyone who's a mod who's going to stick around, if you could keep an eye on that link, the GoFundMe link, and send that through while we're doing this. Just to keep it in the eyes. Keep it in everyone's eyeballs. Alright, here we go. This is A. To help you guys out, we have some labels. Can't see myself. I need to see my beautiful face. Whoa. Well, here we go. A has the Whiskey Vault, Glencairn. B has nothing. It's just a Glencairn. Nothing on it. C has Andalusia. I should have switched this around. This should have been the Texas one. I did it wrong. Anyway. D is our old Flaviar Glencairn from December. Hey man, that's the bet. Something good coming out of a shitty situation. That's all everyone really wants. If some shit happens and somehow something good occurs. That's awesome, man. I'm looking forward to hearing about how that goes. I'll share a few drinks. Oh, okay. First one, A, 1792. Okay, that's good. Not initial banana note. We'll see if that lasts. Well, I hope so. Let's see. Here's the thing. Story time. 1792 foolproof. I cannot enunciate tonight. The 1792 Foolproof is a whiskey that was donated to this channel early on, back in 2019, I guess. And it was from a local store, so the store I go to regularly, they had a pic of it. And it was purchased, digitally online, and I picked it up. And that was the very first bottle that was donated to this channel. So you can understand my frustration when I get a 1792 bottle of Bond, thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be good. And then when I initially reviewed it, getting this weird banana note that I don't like at all. Not getting it now, though, which is good. East Coast Liquor Reviews. Hello! Welcome to KillCo Whiskey. Sorry. I was getting into my weird, announcer voice. Because this is the first time I've really talked to anyone today, now I think about it. This is my first time speaking. Actually speaking. Other than to myself, and that really doesn't count. I just got bubblegum. It was like Bazooka Joe. You know what kind of gum that is. If you don't, well, no. I can still smell that stuff with the powdered sugar and the pink, and that came with a comic strip for some reason. Right. That's nice, though. I'm pleasantly surprised, because that means it was just the fact that it needed some time and some air. Because if you look at it, where'd it go? Oh. I barely touched the thing since I opened it, and that was probably a year ago, at least. But leaving that airspace might have actually improved the whole damn thing. It's got stuff in the back. Distracted. Unsurprisingly, it talks about the Bottle and Bond Act on the back of it. Wow. Ah, yes, the good old days. Before the internet. Okay, Mashbell. I will check it out once stream's done. I usually check my Instagram at some point before I go to sleep. Because I have no self-control over like my phone. I'll just doom scroll for a while. Alright. Number B. I don't need to, like, this is just amazing whiskey. I don't need to. Oh my god. Stupid. This one's heavy on the brown sugar. There's no powdered sugar like the first one. Brown sugar and caramel, man. That's all I want. Just give me that. Oh, man. I'm jealous. Do you still have the t-shirt is the real question. Number C. Old Forester. Oh, the glass is clean. Great. Good to know, but also don't want to smell that. I should point out, I realized too late, as I often do, but I had used a different dishwasher stuff. I don't remember what it's called. And the pods are slightly scented, so I'm getting that on the glass. When initially, the ones I usually buy are supposed to make it so it doesn't smell like anything. No scent, no nothing. Don't make my dishware have a smell. It's not necessary. But they do it anyway. I got dirt and coffee grounds on this one. I shouldn't say dirt. I should say earth. I mean, earth. Freshly tilled soil. That sounds much better. I do. The thing is, I bought the ones that had a scent because I had run out of the other ones, and I believe I went to the place where I got them before. They didn't have any. But this time around, I did get the scentless ones. That's been my newest life adjustment. As a whiskey sommelier, I've made an effort to have things that are very light. As far as like toothpaste, I don't want super crazy mint toothpaste. I have very mild mint toothpaste. Deodorant is supposed to be scentless. I don't smell anything really. What's it called? Not deodorant. What's the other one? Antiperspirant. I was using deodorant. And I was being an old man because I had Old Spice deodorant. I know exactly what it smells like. And the reason for that is my father used and his father used before him. Breaking it. That, like I said, that one doesn't have any scent, which is good. What else? The shampoo I use for my hair, scentless. Wild. Even the soap I use doesn't really have a scent. I can't. No, that's right. I get scentless soap. Ugh. Big life adjustments here. Whoa. That stuff. Oh, Patrick Greeny, look out. He did a thing. Mashbill, he's dangerous. Watch out for that man. He surprised me earlier today. Or no, a couple days ago. Can't keep track of time anymore. Things have shifted way too hard over the past 2 days. Ugh. Oh man, this one, the Still Austin bottle of Bond is putting a lien on the E.H. Taylor. Whatever reason, the two that I like are more dense. Like their bourbony smells are more richer somehow. Like the other ones smell like bourbon, right? But they don't have that little extra bit that makes you go, that's bourbon right there. Yeah, this is wonderful. Brown sugar and cinnamon. It's got a little bit of that brownie note I like. Some caramel, but it's I think it's like the caramel stuff you'd put on ice cream, and not actual like real caramel that you eat as a candy. But yeah, it's good. It's gonna get worse in a week. You thought you're getting used to it all? No. Does anyone know what the hell's happening with Time Shifty Day? Is that going away finally? There are rumors. Nice if it did. It's a little outdated. Something that happened in like what, World War II? I don't remember. It was because of the farmers. I know that. That's the story. All right, now I get to go through these and drink them. Hey, that's the important part. Perception, not recognition. Yeah. My perception tends to go off. Like every time I think I have a full week to do something, then the weekends. Like I do, it's like, what happened? I thought this just started. How is it Sunday? No, wait. Oh God, it's Thursday. Keeps happening. Oh, the pitter patter of annoying children running in the hallway. I got these weird mental images sometimes. I know which kids they are. The door slammed. Ugh. Mm. No, I don't like it. It doesn't taste bad. It's just lacking. It's more dry. It's more oak forward rather than sweet. The texture doesn't line up. It's not water or anything. It just it's there. Doesn't have any pros or cons. It's just liquid. Try to get rid of the time change to the 70s, but people complain that kids were walking to school in the dark. I'd rather have the evening sunlight, to be honest. I mean, that sounds like a think of the children thing. But that's not really about the kids. People just like to keep things as they are and not change ever. We're not going to get into that, though. As I tell people who try to keep things the way they are, change is constant. We just like to think it isn't. I can certainly say that for this couple of days in my life. I will say, hold on. Like bad things happening often highlight other things that you weren't realizing. Ugh. Sucks. On to number B, which is my favorite. One of my favorites. I'm not sure yet. Live in the past, get left behind. Pretty much. We are creatures that adapt. We're not creatures that just stay the same. You stay the same, you die. That's what that is. Thank you, Steam Elements, for reminding everyone to think about clicking the like button. Where's the thing? I will automate this someday, but I don't think I have to anymore. Whoa, stop. Because this should actually be down here somewhere. It might be blocking the goal amounts there, but that's alright. I added that little feature so I don't have to fiddle with it. Because it's just there. You click on that, you can like and subscribe. Done. Or you can subscribe, actually. The like button is right underneath. Ah, yeah. This is a weeder, though. I've been trying to figure out a way to describe how I perceive wheat. And it's almost clean. I'm ending up thinking of I had a time where I used to smell a lot of Yankee Candles, like I'd buy a lot because apparently I had a thing for scents early on, smelling, and I didn't realize it. But there's a cotton one they have, oddly enough. And it's making me think of that, or a clean linen was another one they have. Weird that I remember those, but it's got that light, fresh note for weeders, at least for this. It's very pleasant. It's like being outside on a nice day. That kind of thing. Oh, that'd be awesome. It's weird. Make sure the thumbs, you got to refresh that. You've got to refresh the page because the thumbs don't get updated. Like you'll hit the thumbs and you'll see it go up like 1, and then you can be watching for 30 minutes and it stays the same. But if you refresh the page, you can see that people actually added on. I don't understand it. Don't make no sense to me sometimes. Bob KillCo, hi. Welcome. Do you have your whiskeys? Careful. That's what I have to say about that. Oh, my old friend. There's no question about me liking this one. So, Oh, it's really nice. Got some nice spice to it. Oof, hello. Went down there. Why'd that one drink hotter? First one didn't drink hot at all. They're all the same proof. That's the wild part. Oh, god damn, it's so good. What's funny is the texture difference between the first one and the second one, or A and B, are noticeably different, but not by an extreme. For whatever reason, like each Taylor just takes a couple extra steps up as far as the texture. So far, neither of them are the exact type I like. Still good, mind you. All right, next on to C. This is the Old Forester. Another one I thought had a banana note once upon a time. Goddamn clean glass. Ugh. I can get all the taste. Andrew Butler, just Buffalo Trace. E.H. Taylor has a chunk of wheat in it. They like to do that. Unfortunately, I seem to like that. That's. Ugh. Yeah, it's the same. No, well, not the same, but not as sweet. More dry. I have a very specific type of vein when it comes to bourbons, at least I'm finding I do. That if they're not like that, it's pass. It's, how do I describe it? I'm saying it's dry, which is true. I can feel the middle of my tongue's all dried out. So, what does it remind me of that's dry? I'm thinking of soda for some reason. We'll come back to that. I had a thought and I got something went the wrong way and then I just got lost in my own head. Problematic. But what I was going to try to say is if someone could look up the E.H. Taylor mash bill, I think Buffalo Trace is the ones who are kind of, they don't really want to tell you for whatever reason. But as far as I understand it, Buffalo Trace does a lot of high wheat in their bourbons. So it'd be 51% corn and then a chunk of wheat and then very likely, I don't know if they do rye and barley. I probably do. Or they just do barley. Not sure. But tannin dry, yeah. I just leave that dried out feeling in your tongue, which I'm not a fan of. I've had it happen with wines too. I didn't really understand it until my brother told me. I drink the white wine and be like, it's wine. But I'd also notice this like feeling on my tongue where like, it's it. Suddenly I'm thirsty again. That's strange. On to number D. Oh, it smells so good. Texas coming in. They're like, hi, Kentucky Bourbon. What you doing? How's things, partner? Ah, that's better. Still not as sweet, though. But a little sweeter. Interesting. The Buffalo Trace, the E.H. Taylor one, is the sweetest out of them. So that's not surprising I like that. The Still Austin is a little sweet, still dry, but it also brings some spice Some little spicy actions. And the other one sort of remained dry. Some Texas D in the face of the other bourbons. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm trying to find a good example of what this dry is like. Blah. All right, we're going to take the caps off, let them sit, let them air out a bit, and I'll be puttering through these as I choose. Big. There shouldn't be any wheat aged Taylor. Corn, rye, and barley. Is that what I'm thinking of? Why am I thinking the Buffalo Trace is wheated? I don't remember where I picked that up. Or I might be getting that crossed with Maker's Mark because that's also one I like. And I know those are wheated. I hope. Otherwise I'm being lied to in my own brain. So good. Corn, rye, and barley. That makes more sense. Because as soon as I started saying it's a wheater. And then going, wait a minute. 51% corn because bourbon. And then usually it's just corn, rye, and barley. Small amount of barley. So thank you for clarifying. That was very confusing in my head. See, don't pretend I know what I'm talking about, folks. I don't. Russell's Reserve, dram number 2. Good idea. I have some Russell's Reserve right over here. Being my friend for later. All right. Yeah, it's late where you are. Wait until tomorrow. Torn between the aged Taylor and still Austin. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, there might be a couple over there. It's like, I do have a few, really. I'm thinking Weller. That's what it is. Thank you, Mashbill. I'm like, I just completely thought that was wrong. No, I'm thinking Weller, which is right here. In my very amusing little flask. The original wheated bourbon. That's what it says. Okay. And guess who makes Weller? Stupid shit. Because I really like the Weller 107. That is also on the list of bottles I may never have again. We'll see. Irene Tan does get some of those bottles, though, so I'm very lucky with that, but it's mostly a matter of affordability. And I usually can't afford them. So, that said, again, raffle is going on for the next... God, how did 37 minutes go by? For the next hour and 20 minutes-ish. So if you haven't entered yet, please do. If you're going to enter, please let me know via PayPal and Venmo in chat. Tell me how many you entered. Or the Mega Chat and the Super Chat should highlight for me. And I hopefully would see that. If I don't, do tell. I got a metallic note. Like a... for whatever reason, it was a quarter. Don't know why I specifically... smelled like a quarter, but... Sorry. I have these random thoughts in my head. I don't say them out loud and then laugh. It seems like... I don't mean to be cruel to any of these whiskeys. They're all very good. Take a long time to make, so I don't want to say anything negative. But I took a sip of that. I was like, it's all right for a bourbon. But what other kind of bourbon am I comparing it to? And then my brain went, the kind of bourbon people do in shots. It's like, yes, that's probably right. It doesn't taste bad. It's higher proof. And I know when I was younger, we were looking for higher proof. We were looking for 100 proof. Unfortunately, we were looking for 100 proof SoCo, aka Southern Comfort. Never again. I know what that smells like. All I have to do is smell it and just... Top Dog, yes. Yes, you can. Whatever. You can do... Again, I have all the options. You can do Super Chat, Venmo, PayPal, or Mega Chats. They all count. But like that. Uh-oh. I love this. If you're wondering what that anime is, it's from Golden Boy. You have to have a very specific sense of humor to watch that. It's one of the very few animes I watch dubbed, and I thought it was hilarious. Choose 5 lucky people to get 2 entries each. You Patrick Grady, why must you make my life so wonderfully difficult? All right, hold on. You know what I'll do? To make it fair, if I can. Shoot. If any of you can, who have been here for the whole stream, try to scroll all the way up to the top and tell me who the first few people were who got here. So the first people who were said anything in chat. Bourbon, I know, was the first. But I've forgotten the other one. I can't scroll back far enough to see it all. So if you can, please do. Or, of course, you can always just go back and rewind to the beginning of the stream. And then zip forward and tell me, because I can't do that. And that seems like that's a great way to do that. So whoever was here, the first 5 people who were in chat, actually chatting, you get 2 entries. Nice. Do I still have it? Hold on. I do. I'm so good at this. There you go. Last chance to help out the mash bill via me, via it being here. If you want to help a brother out. One of the legends, one of the individuals that helped me keep going at this whiskey tube stuff early on. Look where we are now. What's happened behind me? How is this a thing? And it's his fault. I remembered. It's his fault that I got my first E.H. Taylor bottle. So it's appropriate that I happen to be pouring that tonight. Because he was the one who sent me one all the way from California, I believe. That he's the one who cursed me for life for always wanting them. Forever and ever, amen. I mean, so hopefully when I run out of this one, I can find another. I like to think of it like this, with whiskey. Sort of. If I'm meant to have a bottle, it will find its way to me. That is how the water of life, aka whiskey, Huskebe, works. The whiskey will find a way into your waiting arms. Somehow. And I thought that was BS early on until it started happening. Until people started giving bottles to the channel. I thought that was a silly thing to think. And now, well, it speaks for itself, really. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. The texture on the E.H. Taylor is so nice. It brings such nice baking spices with it. There's a little bit of caramel. Lovely brown sugar. So good. Killed me. A little water. I mean, I just realized I can check this, can't I? Oh, no, I can't. Balls. I can't. Pardon me. That makes things complicated for myself. I will distract myself only because I have to do the thing. Do my own channel. Please don't make noise. Thank you. Ah, yes, the Stream Elements is doing its job. Thank you, Stream Elements. Boop. Cheers all. Thank you. Top dog. I'll put you in for 2. Stop. It looks like. Looks like I'm having trouble. I'm going to fast forward myself here. I'm doing an analysis. I made this very difficult for myself instead of just picking a few people. I was like, no! I must have a method. That method is fast forwarding through all of the BS I said at the beginning. So I can get to the point. There we go. Alright, let's see if I actually started clicking on stuff. Okay, we got Whiskey Uncensored in for 2. We got Sugar Kitty. Multitasking. So Sugar Kitty's in for 2. Ah. Nope, that's not how you spell that. Sugar's in for 2. And then, who else? I'm going off of whoever's name I clicked on, and I always go down. So this is fair, I swear. And if not, too bad. Rob Smith. You're in for 2. If you're still here. I hope you are, because it's going to be hard to get in touch with you if you aren't. I forgot what you said earlier. It was 50, right? Don't make me math. It hurts my brain. Okay, we're good. We're good. You had to wait until I actually... All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 2 each, 5 times. Got it. I'm gonna hold on to that thought. Rob Smith is in for 2, and then who's next? Let's find out. Zenbood, guess what? You're in for 2. What a surprise! Zenbood likes to be here early. To make this easy on myself, if you are being entered right now and you do win and you don't want it, you can always transfer it to someone else who is in chat, or that you know, or that I know. Figure it out. But right now, it's just easier for me to put them all in and worry about it later. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Who is the last person who was in the chat early? Who was it? Who was it? Waiting for myself to click on something. Brian, why are you so distractible? Damn you. Or damn me. Waiting. Andrew Butler. You're in for 2. Got it. That sounds about right. I have a feeling you have all of these already, but too bad. Those work. And now, the recent stuff. Top Dog's in for 2. Oh, y'all. We got. We're good. Yeah, please at me if you do anything through Venmo or PayPal. Mega chats will show up, as you saw earlier. They just arrive. Good stuff. Whoop, hold on. It's fine. I'm in the chambers. Thank you for being here. Booyah. Northwest Bourbon. Happy Bottom Bondi. Yo. You're welcome. It's good. It's really good. Watch my video. It is good. I do enjoy it. I have the blue. I didn't get the red. I think when I arrived in Austin, it was like a day or 2 early is when they took it off the shelf for the butcher one, the red corn. And then when I got there, this one was the one I got. So I bought it. And then another one was donated. So I got it. All right, Andrew Butler. Pick someone who make a victim. Pick someone to give your 2 tickets to. Yeah. I know it would be tricky to get these to you to begin with, but that was those first 5 names. I'm saying. So make a victim. Pick someone for execution. I did. It was wild. I definitely drank most of them. Like, the only one that survived that night was the rye, and that's because I wanted to make an old-fashioned with it. That was it. The other ones are gone. It was also a rough night. There have been things happening in reality that are not great. I did drink a little more than usual, but not any extremes. I forgot where I was. I'm on C at the moment. I don't know if I did backpedal. I feel like I did. This has a... What are those rolled up candies? Sweeties or sweet somethings or... They're running plastic. Damn it, I don't remember what they're called. I like a hard candy with powdered stuff on them. Very tiny. What do you have 1 through 4? Williamson Piper is not on there. So if you want to choose a victim, And you want them to be it, just say the word. Smarties. Yes, thank you, Rob Smith. Smarties. That's what I got the taste on number C here. Which would explain part of that dry thing, because that candy is... It does stuff. Not so much the sweet part, but the dry part. The dry chalky candies. Ugh. Wait. I can't spell. Got it. Quill. Got it. Got it. You have chosen your victim wisely. Maybe it was Sweet Tarts. No, it wasn't Sweet Tarts. They were definitely the ones that are in that plastic roll, and they have the twist ties at the end. And they're all these weird... Not weird, but they're... Oh, I can't remember the word, but they're colored, except they're that off... Almost off-white. There's a word for it, but I can't remember what it is. Sweet Tarts versus Smarties. Who will win? I know warheads were a thing. Sour warheads. Woo. Here you go. Cause yourself pain. Enjoy. Yeah. The D. Thank you, Pastels. So glad you're all here, because I can't remember things. Yeah, Smarties. That's what it is. Weird thing to get off of bourbon, but there it is. Necco wafers are the other ones, yes. I'm thinking of the really tiny ones. Necco wafers are just, I don't know. Like, I don't understand why someone made those and they still exist somehow. But they're all in the same category. They're like general candy of, what is this and why is it still around? They're not terrible. Like, here's one I will appreciate. All right, well, I'll pick old candy that I still appreciate. Dum-Dums. Dum-Dum lollipops. I like to pick the ones that are the mystery flavor because I like mysteries. Pastels, yes. Sweets called Smarties, but they're very different. Like large flat M&Ms. Are they called Necco wafers? There's a whole bunch. There's a lot of... Here's the thing. You never think too hard about the fact that candies are the same and different in different places. I know in... Is it Sweden? Some other very far away country. They're very keen on black licorice flavors. Possibly in the same general area that makes the Jägermeister, now I think about it. Love Hearts. Ooh. What am I... Did I do that right? It's another one. I don't know if I'd like that. Smelling that weird candy smell every day. Yeah. Finland. All right. I don't know where I learned that. That was probably the Try Channel. They're the ones who try many, many things. My ideas of trying things are to try things that are whiskey related, alcohol related, or food. That's not something I would film, per se, but it's something I could at least put on Instagram. And I do that anyway with the food I have at the places I go. I feel like I did something recently that I didn't post, when I think about it. But, haven't been able to go out to eat much these days. And speaking of, anyone who's contributing to this, keep in mind that the money for the car is there. Actually, I can't see it. But if you donate via PayPal or Venmo, or Mega Chats? I'm not even 100% sure about that. Anyway, that's what this one is. This will help me pay for the rental car that I'm going to have to get at the beginning of April when I go on a trip to visit my friend in Missouri. Everything else is set. Care of Mama and Papa KillCo. The hotel and the flight, that's them. And the car is the only thing I'm trying to handle. And rental cars are stupid. Even the least expensive ones. And that That right there is without insurance. Because I'm a madman. And I have my own insurance, so if something happens, screw it. I know that's not a good idea, but guess what? Money. Sucks. When I was a young man courting the girls. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da. I got a song in my head now. Days go short, and it's past September. Stormy weather. Flintstone Vitamins has been a popular one for a certain whiskey, which I can't remember the name of. Dickel. There we go. I like it was something slightly offensive. Oh, that's right. It's growing on me a little bit. Might be the alcohol talking. Untold. And I'm not going to try to say that word, but that's interesting. Yep. I'm sure there's a bunch of accents in there that I don't know what they are. Everything does. It doesn't have to be a noun. It can be anything. Tasting notes. It's sweet and good. At least there's no banana note, folks. That was my main concern of the evening, is getting that freaking wild... Oh, you know what I didn't do? Whoopsie. I had it set up and everything. There. Now you can't ignore it. I don't really like it being up there, but there's too much stuff down here. This complicates everything. I'm getting closed in. Just slouch. Cut off my hair. Like this. Ugh. Crunk. Actually, that's right. I can just do this. I'm farther away, but not so far away that I still am not handsome. Stop that. I'm at the point where I'm trying to decide which one I like the most and the least. Trying to put them in order. And it is difficult because I'm having problems between still... It's unsurprisingly, I knew which ones I already did like and which ones I didn't. So no surprises there. But it's for different reasons than I anticipated. Like that banana note, if that was in anything, that'd be the end of it. But it's not there. But the dry thing is odd. I don't know why that's happening, but it is. I like to think about chorizo, or chorizo, as they call it, around here. Oh my god, you can't get that everywhere. Did you know that? I found that out when I travel. It's like, no chorizo. What? Why? My nephew married a girl from Finland, and her parents provided a licorice liqueur and also a cloudberry one for the reception. That's awesome. I would love that. Like any kind of like wild and crazy beverage. It's like, bring it now before it's all over. What is the sample G you gave me? G. Glendula. The Mizunara. I can't get it. But there is a Glendula 13 year? Yeah. Glendula 13 year, and that is 46%? Why do I remember this? Hold on. I gotta find out. So you picked an Irish whiskey for the International Irish Whiskey Day? Good job. I don't remember what the other one is, but the clue is on the label for me. Where are you going? You're back. Ow. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Darn. Yeah. So Papa KillCo has a sip of this right now. Glendula Irish whiskey, 13 years. Mizunara finished at 46%. The mind is a strange place, folks. If you've been here for most of the stream, you'll see I have trouble remembering little specific things. But if you ask me what whiskey is on the shelf that my dad just talked about, and the only clue was G, there you go. Exactly what it is. Yeah, well... Oh, I can do it with bourbon. The other is X. The other is X. Ah, yeah, I know what that is. Don't drink that after having your first drink. Let's just say that's a little higher proof. Hey, it seemed to be a little late. Nope, Spencer Mab, you're right on time. You might have gotten the 7 o'clock thing wrong. Because when I say 7 o'clock anywhere, I mean East Coast, but I never specify. And since it's 8 p.m. here now, I'm going to guess that might be what happened. I should specify, but I never do. I'm lazy. Nope. No, X is in high proof. Like XXX, moonshine. Oh, really high proof stuff. Much higher than Papa KillCo's used to. But he will need it. With stuff going on right now. Ugh. And it's really good, and I just did the recording of it recently. And you can guess what it is if you're very observant. But unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff in the way right now. So you might not be able to tell. It's a mystery. Ooh, hello. I was like, isn't this the one I not like? Chorizo and chorizo are not the same. Correct. Oh man, you know what I'm gonna do? What's Monday? Maybe I'll do this. We'll see. Oh, that's tomorrow. Whoops. I'm thinking Monday is far off. No, that's tomorrow. Ugh. I'm gonna end up going to a cafe. Here's the thing. I'm at that age where you want to be the local guy who goes to a place once a week. And there's a restaurant I particularly like. That's not too far, but it's, I have to consciously go there. And the best part is it's very far away from most other things. It's in Little Compton, and there's not a lot going on there. And I want to be that, that 40-something-year-old man who keeps coming in and eating by himself for breakfast, because it's the only breakfast place. And do that like once a week. That is my dream right now. The problem is it's expensive. I have the gas to get there and the actual the cost of food. Like if I don't order the mimosa, and they have a nice mimosa there, not ungodly cheap I won't say champagne, but I mean whatever bubbly stuff they use, it's not terrible. And I know terrible stuff, believe me. It's one of the few things I'm lucky to know. If you give me cheap champagne, I will be aware. It's something about it. There's like a metallic-y taste that I really don't like. It was not Fireside. That would hurt him severely. That might damage his whole being. Take a sip and just... You don't want that. He likes Irish whiskey. That's your only clue. Mimosa Monday. I'm thinking about it, but I have other stuff going on tomorrow. In the morning. So actually at lunchtime. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out when I wake up and all that. I plan to be up late tonight. So that's what happened last night. Hello. Welcome, Rant. Welcome. Welcome. Do it. Thank you. And let's celebrate your first super chat. Yay. Thank you. I'm going to put the little heart. I forgot I could do that. Boom. I have no idea what that does. I'll do it up here too. Bam. I feel like that's a check mark for the person who actually does the stream, because I do have the option. I never do it. But there is the option to see, of course it's on everything except what I can look at. Secrets. When I am doing a live stream, there is an option for watching chat, except it's watching chat and the only thing I see are super chats. So all of chat is blank unless you send a super chat. Then I can see it. I feel like that's one that I should have up just to make it easier to keep track of super chats. I'm not there yet. We're not at the point where I would need to do that yet. But yes, I went on a rant. What a strange thing to have occur. I will put you in for 4. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. There's one order, one word. In for 4. I need to find a better way to do this. I really do. I know there is one, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. There is some way to get a spreadsheet, and I've used it before, except it's very complicated. And have it so I put one person's name in, and then the number of entries they have, and then somehow shuffle all that, and then randomly pick a name. It's still overly complicated now I think about it. But that is what will happen if you're new here, is that I'm entering all the names, and for every entry I put your name in. So, welcome, right? You just got 4 entries, so your name is there 4 times. Then I will do a random shuffle. That'll put them in numerical order at random. And then I'll ask my phone to pick a random number to make it as completely fair as possible. Then someone wins. It's easy as that. Unsurprisingly, I just took a big sip of the Each Taylor again. Damn, that's good. All right. I'm going to do a comparison here. An actual comparison. So in my right hand, we have A, and in my left hand, we have C. So these are 2 that are not, I'm not a fan. I don't hate them. They're just not my they're not my type of bourbon. That's all. Really? I got the pink eraser all of a sudden. Like the end of a pencil. Oh, and now I've said that. Pencil shavings. Ah. Too deep. Do that. You don't want to linger in these. I have a bad habit of doing that. You want to try to get your first impressions, except my brain stalls out so hard. Like, what, I'm smelling something? Hold on. Oh, it's gone. I don't know what just happened. Yeah, that's Smarties smell, except with a little bit more vanilla as its sweetness instead of just powdered sugar. This one's very mild. Like, I'm putting my whole nose in there trying to get more from it, but it's faint. It's bourbon, so it's got your typical, you can tell it's a bourbon. There's a mild sweetness, a little bit of vanilla. I don't know what's going on up there, but I had coconut just pop into my head, so we'll go with that. Sounds great. Yeah, that's weird. I don't have it. It's not real coconut either. It's... How do I explain this one? Anyway, it's a fake coconut smell, not real coconut. But it's still very faint. Weird. This is one that has that rubber eraser note. I got Oreos, the cookie part, not the frosting. And then I thought of pebbles, like actual rocks. And they were specifically like the ones that are in a river. I don't know. This... I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. Why do these things come like this? It'd just be a smell and a taste, Brian, but no, you're thinking about freaking river pebbles and erasers and such. Chalky. Tequila Tuesday. If you like pina colada. I actually have a canned margarita in the fridge. I might have that later. Probably not. We'll see. All right, here's the showdown. A, C. See which one seems to be my preference out of the ones I don't particularly like. It doesn't drink like the proof, which is why I will assume in my head this is a 50% 100 proof bourbon. And it doesn't drink like it. Which is why I feel like it would make a great bourbon for a shot. You take it, you just knock it back and like, ah, wow. But it's not brutal. I may have to like drink the last of this really quick just to see if that's true. But not yet. We're getting there. No? Why? Huh. Absinthe Thursday? Whiskey Wednesday was a thing I was doing for a while, Rob Smith. True story. This has more spice. It's still very dry. There was something else in there I really didn't like. I got distracted. I looked at chat and immediately whatever I was thinking was gone. Makes you forget about Friday. Sure does. Makes you forget about the past week. No. This one's very dry. I'm thinking of asphalt. Like asphalt that's been in the sun for a while. On a hot day. Oh wait, it's tire. It's rubber. So it was initially it was pencil eraser, and now that I've taken a sip, it's changed into tire rubber. New tire, not like an old tire or anything, but new. So it smells okay. It still smells a bit odd. Except that's on the palate. That's why my mouth is so dry. I just licked a new tire. All right, now we're going to do the crash. So the winner is A as far as the ones I don't particularly like, which is surprising because the 1792 Bottle and Bond was the one I thought immediately I would hate because of a banana note. But it doesn't have it. It's gone. I don't know where it went. But I'm glad it's gone. And this one, not sweet enough. Even the 1792, not sweet enough for my palate. I'm gonna mix them together, see how that goes. It's probably a mistake, but whatever. The night is young. You still have about 30-35 minutes until the end of the raffle. Please get your entries in ASAP. I don't know how many more raffles I'll be able to do for the rest of this month to get to the 500 and whatever the hell amount it is for the car rental. It's so stupid, man. God. Ugh. When did we get here, folks? God. It's a very strange concoction. I'm worried about what just happened. Ooh. Distinct notes of Talladega. I don't know what that word means. Well, the smell isn't terrible. That's good. There are 15 people at one point? What the heck? I shouldn't look at this. I'm looking at the amount of people who are in here. It's a wild. Who's that? How did that improve it? How did they both get improved by mixing them together? 2 more for Top Dog. He's in it to win it, folks. In it to win it, I dare say. Ow. Here we go. Let's see. Yep, it's a. So far, Top Dog and Welcome Rant are the ones who have the most entries. So in theory, they have the better chance. However, there are a number of other people who are entered, but only twice. So there's Bourbon, Sugar Kitty, Rob Smith, Zenbood, Williamton Piper, and Top Dog and Welcome Rant. So your chances are still good no matter what. And as always, the more entries you give, the higher your chances. That's how this works. Weirdly enough. Although I like to think of the lucky one shot. That's my favorite thing to do. Because that's all I can do. I can afford like 1 entry. Emily Chambers, good night. Sweet dreams. Thank you for being here. Take care. Till next time. Green, white, and black of your car rental goal looks like the Enterprise logo. Does it? Hold on. Can't see it. What it looks like. Yes, that's exactly what it is. That was all planned. No, it wasn't. I just like green. That's it. I grew up liking 2 colors. And guess what? They're the colors of the sky and the grass and the trees. So green and blue. And the ocean. I mean, like a very general, thankfully liking all the colors that are usually out there. But I don't get to see them as clearly as I'd like to. That's the unfortunate part. Not because of these, just I have an unfortunate mental filter. No. That'd be a wild thing to do. I'm going to hold a raffle for 2 hours for a car. No. Down here, you have the car rental fund. I am going to visit a friend of mine in Missouri for the first weekend of April. I think it's the 3rd through the 9th or the 10th or something like that. So the rental car price at the moment is $500 and something odd for that amount of time. Ugh. And since Mom and Papa KillCo are paying for the entire trip, like the flight and the rental, the hotel rental is them. Thankfully, we have like a hotel rental thing they do. It's been very helpful for their stays in Boston before they have to do the treatments. And for those who didn't know, Mama and Papa KillCo have been going through cancer treatment. I think Mama KillCo's in the clear now because they caught it very early. Papa KillCo's been going through it for about a year plus now. Going into 2 years, I imagine. But he's feeling a little better now, and there's new treatment, and we're hoping for the best and all that. It's been a little stressful. Among other things, like recent events I haven't even mentioned. You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. I wish. Although, that all sounds good on paper until you realize the amount of BS you'd have to go to. Like, if suddenly you had a vehicle, you have to pay all the taxes and get the license, the registration. Next. Let's get into it. Let's get it on. We have... I'm confused now. Hold on. Oh, please. Ah. I moved the little glassware around. It was a mistake. Mama KillCo is great, except for the dairy fee problem. Medication she takes means she can't have dairy, which sucks. Oh man, don't do it as a trick. No. I like driving though. Mm-hmm. Yep. I had to verify something. I put glasses down. It's like, wait, which one was it? Now I told you, but I forgot. So this is the H. Taylor. This is the Still Austin. Putting them head to head. Whoa. Still Austin spicy. Yum. Not as sweet though. This is high rye, so that does make sense. The H. Taylor, I'm not sure how much rye is in it, but I imagine they're very similar, come to think of it. If, as was said earlier, this is at least 51% corn, and then rye and barley, depending on what the percentages are. We can only wonder with Buffalo Trace. They don't like to tell us. Bastards. About 25 minutes with the raffle. I'm telling you that, and also myself. So I keep on track. Still Austin's a little drier, too. Still Austin is dry and spice. It's very nice. I had to say that. But I gotta put these away. I have the blend that we just created. It's far too close to where I'm trying to grab. I don't want to get anything mixed up. At the very least, I know which one's the H. Taylor. It's nice. This one's dry too. What the heck's happening? We're drinking a lot of bourbon, Brian. Oh yeah. I'll do it. Not as spicy. What's funny to me, well, I didn't show the color. That's the one thing I forgot to do. They look like bourbon. But if you can tell, which I'm not sure if you can, and the camera's not going to focus, that's the H. Taylor. And then you take a look at the Still Austin one. There is a notable difference. I'll even do this. Please don't drop either of these. Kentucky bourbon. I know there's not much. Texas. I'm like, wait, oh yes. You can tell the difference. There's definitely an impact from the heat of the Texas area, or the climate. I can't say just the heat. That has done things to that bourbon. Same amount of time, same process, different place. Different mash bills in all likelihood. Honestly, then, that's how it should be. Transportation should be available to everyone. Like, easy transportation for everyone to get everywhere. Should be a thing. And yet it isn't. My frustration is that... My moment of... Am I getting political? It's like, no. Historically speaking, America, the country, went out of its way to make this massive rail industry to get people from one point of the country to the other. And then we just left it there and didn't do much with it. That was it. We didn't expand, we didn't improve, we have the technology to make it all better, but we didn't. It's terrible. Like Japan and other parts of the country that were mentioned right there, people can get anywhere they want, easily, affordably. But the country, like, I wish I could just travel by train to any state. Imagine that. At half the cost of what it takes to travel by plane. It would take longer. But if we get some new technology, it wouldn't be as long, or it wouldn't be as long as it is now. I'm trying to say. Yes, thank you, Zenboot. Please, if you enjoy this stream, if you like the videos I produce. Sorry, the idea of producing videos just was a weird thought. If you enjoy what's going on here and you want to help, subscribe, like, tell your friends. And eventually, when I hit the 1,000 subscribers, I can open that 17-year Glendula Mizunara. But not a day sooner. I've had that thing for at least 2 to 3 years now. Ugh. Well, that would do it. Reason not to drive. Zenbu, you live near Boston. I mean, you know what it's like over there. Not to stereotype, but it's true. I've been to Boston enough times to know how much I don't like it. Because of the driving. Alright, I need to figure this out. I need to make a decision. And a truthful decision. And then I can just continue with the drinking and keeping track of entries. So sweet, so friendly, so inviting. There's this wonderful caramel thread to this, but it's light. That's oh, what a lovely little analogy that was. Vanilla ice cream with little threads of caramel that go through it. I don't know what that ice cream is called, but I know it exists. Oh, it's so good. Not as creamy as I'd like for that level of thought, but still good. I do like the D. Might like the C more than the, or the B. Yeah. Rob Smith for 2 more. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Again, I thank you. Oh, I gotta do the thing. Beep. I don't know what that does still. Rob Smith in for 2. Where is it? You'd think keeping track of a raffle that's not going by too quickly would be easy. But that's part of the fun. Ugh. Come on, stop it. Ugh. Type correctly. The alcohol isn't affecting you at all. There we go. You're in for 2 more. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nice. I want it. Only 9? Wow. I mean, it is harder to get it over there. You know what I realized while I was doing all this? Sorry, folks, the D didn't win. We don't like the D as much as we'd like to like the D. This is still very good. It beat out the other ones, at the very least. But it's drier. Like that Texas impact is showing up. And, so the spice and dry is what's mostly coming out of this. Yeah, it's not as sweet as I'd like it to be. It's still good. Still there. It's more brown sugar sweet than it is vanilla. And unfortunately, I have a tendency to lean towards the sweeter bourbons. Still very good. Still would buy another bottle. So this one comes to 2nd place. Sorry, still Austin, but you knew walking into this. It's okay to like the A too. Well, lots of people like the A. I, of course, have stuck to my guns as expected. In a blind, I would be interested to see what happened, but I didn't feel like doing a blind because that's complicated. So unsurprisingly, I really like the H. Taylor. So much so that I should pour a little more of it, shouldn't I? Yes, I agree. And what I will do just for funsies is I will blend the rest of this Still Austin, which is more than the combined of A and C. So we're getting the ACD C. So here is A and C blended together. Honestly, I think it improved them both, but I'm not sure. And now that's about half an ounce-ish, maybe. We got about half an ounce-ish, maybe a quarter, really, of this one, which is the Still Austin. We're going to blend them together because blending is fun. This isn't chaos at all. I'm all about chaos. Oof. What am I doing? I want to do a mental health live stream in May. Of course. Every stream I do has something to do with mental health because it's me. But yes, if you'd like to be a guest on there, do a live stream, or just have me do one. I plan to do them anyway in that month. I think it's mental health month. I'm not sure. But yes, that'd be good. I like doing stuff like that. I'd like to believe I'll get other channels involved with that sometimes, where we just talk about, you know, stuff, life, how we all cope. That'd be nice. But I don't want to force that on anyone. And people get very uncomfortable talking about their own well-being, either physically or mentally. Physically more than mentally, though. Like, people will talk about their weight very easily, and their diet and all that. But once you start, like, so how are you in your head? Like, nice weather we're having, you know. It is mental health. I figured. That's what I thought. I would have to. I'm like, is it? I still have to do the thing for this month, which again I think is going to be developmental disabilities awareness, because I just haven't gotten to it because life decided to throw something at me that was completely unexpected, and I don't really know how to deal with it. So we're having plenty to drink, is what I will say. This is the blend now, just so we're aware. This is mixing up 3 of them. Yeah, thank you, Doctor. We should. We want to watch out for trauma dumping. That's where you see a professional. But it is important to let people know how you're feeling. Yes, you're feeling. It's very dangerous, I know. I have to do that particularly with, like, people who give me medication, for one thing. But I'm looking to see a psychologist soon. We'll see how that turns out. Because I've seen therapists and counselors for a very long time over the years, and not enough. I need them to have a doctorate, apparently. I need to talk about some very deep, unpleasant things. But as far as just in general and talking about how things are with people, I would have liked to think that would have been normalized a bit more in 2020. Some stuff happened that people really learn about what mental health is like the things that can go wrong if you don't have some kind of structure. Like, people usually have a structure to their life. I don't have that as much, but once people's regular day-to-day thing got blown away, they started realizing a lot of things about themselves. My frustration is still the fact that we had this time in our existence as human beings to reflect and realize we don't have to do things the way they've been done. And then once things calmed down, we went right back to doing things the way we've been doing them. Very little change. There's been some. For instance, kids can't get out of not going to school on snow days anymore. Working from home is a little more popular, but still not something that is regulated, as you can, only do that and you're fine. And what else? Live streams got very popular. Weird that. Flash Peaky Blinders to keep the theme going, yes. Talking about yourself is hard. But you're the only one who's going to do it. And if you don't, other people can't really figure out what's going on. And we like to think we know people better than we do. Unfortunately, that isn't true. Like, in my case, because this is the only reference I have, I find it hard to believe that other people look at me and don't realize something's wrong. It's the mustache, I know. But, to a point where it's a problem. And not that it's a problem to anyone else. It's just a problem for me to deal with on a regular basis, like every second of my life. But That kind of thing. Where if there's something wrong, the only way people are going to understand about it or know about it is if you tell them. If you don't, they're just gonna guess. You don't want that. Crashed a little bit. The bourbon it just flattened out. It's still spicy. And we're talking about me blending. I just took a hard left, but we're talking about the blend I just did of the 3 whiskeys. That did not make it to the cut, which is not surprising at all. Well, maybe that's their only outlet. I mean, I don't know them, but in general. Oh yeah. People think we live in a sitcom. Not true. Or a fairy tale world. What we live in is a lot of work to do. With ourselves and everyone else we know, and it's not easy. I like to think the example of... It's an easy one. I mean, technically. But if I were to think about my grandparents and their lives when they were my age, what was it like? And the only way I could have known that, like they're long gone, by the way, but the only way I could have known more about that time of their lives is if I had asked them, if they had been able to tell me. Unfortunately, that isn't the case, and that was not the norm. Like, I couldn't ask my grandma a whole lot about her life and her past. I don't think I ever really did, because I usually would just say the holidays and it was busy. But you get where I'm going here? Like, there's a lot about a person that you don't know, and you just have like a vague idea, even in the family. There are, like, your parents, their younger days. I try to do enough research and ask my mom and dad about stuff. They know. They've told me their stories. We're a big story family in numerous ways. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing. You don't know enough about a person until they tell you. And we have a generalization of not to do that, at least here in America. The States, as I like to call it. These days, everyone thinks they're a doctor. Yeah. Yeah, they do. I actually go to see them, though. I hope to see a psychologist, and I am seeing a psychiatrist. And I should see a doctor, but I'm actually fine seeing a nurse practitioner for my yearly physical, because that's just... I feel like I don't need to bother a doctor who's got a lot of other stuff to deal with for a physical. It's like they come in, they weigh you, they take your blood pressure, they take some blood. It's very exciting. It's all very the same. I just avoid watching Scotch Down Under. Try to participate. I don't do it, but I did for a little while. I think he opens up the pub. He does pub style. That's a thing that happens on YouTube, the Whiskey Tube, where channels like mine will have an open, door. If you have a camera and you can stream either in your phone, which I find atrocious, or on a webcam, you can be invited in and chit chat. And I think the thing that I'm not going to get into it. Let's just say there are some people who aren't aware of angles. If you have your webcam at an angle that just that thinking about it is making me get twitchy. Anyway, that's a me thing. It's not important. Doesn't matter. Only in my head. Yeah, it is a good time. Like, if you want to hang out, those his streams are the places to do it. Plus, you get to hear him talk, and he's Australian. He'll say dirty words, and he likes Legos. If you ever want to watch his Lego streams, I am a little jealous. I had a lot of Legos when I was a kid, and they're all gone now. I don't know what happened to them. I think they melted when the house caught fire. I'm not sure. But But that's a kind of hobby I cannot afford, so I'm not going to worry about that. I am fine with putting my credit cards to work with whiskey bottles, not so much Legos. Plus, I have no ability to focus anymore. Perhaps Smithy, pop in and say KillCo sent you, or actually Zenbood. He's the one who's either more than I am. He's usually in the mornings too. If you're in the States, I don't know where you are, but if you're in the United States, he's in Australia, so he will be doing his night streams or evening streams while it's morning here, at least on the East Coast. I saw him this morning. He's the reason, actually. I glanced at I glanced at YouTube, and he had the International Irish Whiskey Day thumbnail, and I went, really? It wasn't on my phone. It should be, but I think I ignore it since it's Bottle and Bond Day, and it would feel really weird. I'm conflicted. First of all, I am, of course, an American. I was born and raised here. Maybe not so much red, white, and blue in my blood, but, you know. So there's a Bottle and Bond thing. I really like bourbon. That's been my main thing for a very long time. But I still really like Irish whiskey. That is my heritage. That is my ancestry. It's from Ireland. Tracing back the tree to find out those Irish people who came over to the States at one point. What was my point? Yeah, so I'm conflicted there. But not really. Like, Bottle and Bond Day is a thing here. It's not as popular in my mind now as International Irish Whiskey Day. But I mean, I'm fine having Irish whiskey and Bottle and Bond whiskey on the same day. I will make that sacrifice for everyone. But I can't try to do a live stream of both. That's the point. I will be having some Irish whiskey later today or tomorrow. I don't know. Oh God, Top Dog, I can't. Like, it wasn't a thing. Like, if you go back and watch my earlier videos, that is what everyone else's stuff can look like, and often look worse. Because they're not interested in the whole setup. Like, I have put significant mental effort into lighting, and not so much camera, but that's because it's expensive. You still use a webcam, but I have pretty decent lighting. I have a backdrop of sorts. It's less chaotic than it used to be, but it's still pretty chaotic. So I put in some work to make this look relatively nice to look at. But when someone's got their webcam at, you know, their phone at this angle, you know, down here on their desk, it's like, ah. They have a light behind them. It's like, oh, stop. When did I become such a critic? Oh, God, I hate it. All right. Oh. Spices came back a little on this. Mostly spice, not really sweet. Unsurprisingly, the D took out the other ones. So it's mostly the Still Austin whiskey I'm tasting on here, and not the other two I put into this little blend of ours. Last chance to get in on the raffle. We're ending it in about minutes. Soon. 7 minutes. You can gamble on Ken's live streams. Or thought of doing that. I'm okay. Thank you, Zenbood. And my old video of I Just Want to Be Okay was a rough time. And I was not in a good place. The nicest way I can say that for YouTube's sake. But 2020 was difficult for all of us. And if you have a problem like mine, yeah, it wasn't any better. It is a thing. Live streaming requires a lot more thought than people realize. if they want to do it and make it seem presentable. Because what you're doing, whether you like it or not, is you're trying to make studio quality entertainment. So you have to think about the lighting and the placement and all this other stuff. The microphone. Microphone's right there. Hanging right out next to the webcam. All you have to do is tune into one of my travel streams and you will notice a significant difference. Not because of the laptop. It's an amazing laptop. Is it over here? Yes, it is. Good. Point in this direction. Like, where is it? Oh. But I only have the webcam as far as the video and the microphone. So it's not great audio quality. I had a blip in my brain there. I looked over to see Rob Smith's last entry of 2, and I added an extra 0 all of a sudden in my brain. I'm like, that's not right. That didn't just happen. Stop. 4 minutes. Get in your raffle tickets now if you want to try these bourbons. If not, don't. I gotta put more in there. Yep. E.H. Taylor has a little bit of that creme brulee. That's all it is. And I am a sucker for creme brulee. Which reminds me, I have to go get that Bailey's Irish Cream creme brulee at Buskers soon. I should try to do that this week. Shoot. Because come this weekend, it's going to be absolutely bonkers there. Newport, Rhode Island have a big Irish parade thing for St. Patrick's Day. Gets a little out of hand. And Buskers Pub, which has an amazing whiskey selection, is right in the middle. So I want to visit before the real chaos begins, and I'm stuck seeing the horrible aftermath. So I can get an Irish coffee there. Then I can get some bangers and mash. And then I can get some Bailey's creme brulee. And all the whiskey I could want. And I get to find out what new whiskeys they have too. Which is always nice. It's always nice when it's always nice to know the person who works there, who curates the whiskey selection for a massive whiskey bar. Oh, it's been a minute. I wonder if I still have a drink there. I think someone bought me a drink there. And I don't know if ever I cashed in on that. I feel like I didn't. As soon as I get there, I forget everything. What else is new? 2 minutes! We're getting into the matter of seconds here, folks, for your last chance to enter this raffle for 4 delightful, intriguing bottled in bond bourbon selections. Yeah. I like to give myself 10 minutes at the end so I can just figure it all out. The samples are already poured, so I did a good job there. You will be receiving this sample pack as a blind, meaning they are labeled A through D, much like this. You don't know which is which. And I give you the new method I'm doing. You will have an envelope, you will have little slips for each one, and there'll be a sticker on each that correspond with the caps on the top. There's a sticker on top of the caps. So whatever one you want to do it one at a time, you want to do it all at once, whatever. I give you up to you. Maybe don't get sick this time. Yes. Bangers and mash. I feel like I should get something else there. They have, what is it? Shepherd's pie? That's another one. I'm there for it. Meat and potatoes. Or in the other one's case, sausage and potatoes. Less than 60 seconds, folks. Speak now or forever hold your peace. We did put a small dent in the... Well, we put a dent. I don't know if it's small or not. Into the thing. We were starting out at... Yeah! We doubled it. I just did math in my head there. So we started at 9% filled. We got up to 18%. That's good for the day 3 of this month, as far as getting the funds for the automobile. All right, 850 cutoff, done. Unless you get your entries in immediately. We're done with that. I'm going to make everything go away so you can't accidentally enter. Away with ye. And where is it? Those are even going away. Magic. Now, I get to do the fun part, which is to find out who won. God. Anyway. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. All right. I am now randomizing the names we had in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 entries. Hey, that's nice. A nice even 20. Yeah, that's an even number. And in total, we had 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm not going to do that, actually. People entered more than once, and that's going to confuse me. Anyway, 20 entries. There we go. We are randomizing now. I should have just randomized. It would have told me the number. And now for the piece de resistance. Hey, Google. Pick a random number between 1 and 20. All right, I didn't have the volume up. Unfortunately, you didn't hear that, but I can show it to you. Please ignore the Jessica Rabbit. Let me make sure I can actually see this. Do it, do it, do it, do it, please. Here's a random number. 7. I can't make this shit up, folks. If you were on 4 Leaf stream last week, you will see how 7 haunted me once again. Okay, who is 7? I didn't even look because I got so distracted. Hey! Hold on, I want to make sure this is correct. Welcome, Rant. Worth a shot for 4 entries, indeed. If you're still here, which I hope you are, because it's going to be very hard to get in touch otherwise, you have won the sampler for today's raffle. Welcome. Welcome, Rant. If you're still here, please say so. If not, I will hopefully get in touch with you later. Somehow. Because unfortunately, with all of this, it doesn't really tell me how to get in touch with you. Lucky 7, yep. Welcome, Rant. That was you. So, if you could email me at KillCo Whiskey Musings, all one word, at gmail.com. Please send me your information so I can send this on its way. And I will attempt to get that out tomorrow if you get me your info soon. If I don't hear from you, I can't send it. But there you go. What a deal. You showed up, you're like, bam, 4, boom, done. And the humor about all this, welcome, Rant, if you're new to all this madness, is that my birthday is on July 7th. So 7s are my thing, whether I like it or not. Yes. Mashbill, I hope all the best for you. Hopefully that'll get done sooner rather than later. It's tremendous to get it that high that fast. Hopefully it'll keep going. And you will hit the goal at the very minimum. So you can deal with this BS. I only hope Venmo and Google and PayPal and all that. PayPal and Venmo get their head out of their ass. That would be nice. Because there should be some kind of protection, but we know there usually isn't. But there you have it, folks. We are hitting a 5 minutes mark. For the rest of this stream, I have plenty of whiskey to drink. Hold on. I want to test that theory about drinking this very quickly to see if it hurts or not. Cheers. Smooth. Ow. Don't do that, folks, for the record. I'm a professional. Mm. You won't catch me doing bottle chugging, but I will take a swig out of a Glencairn every once in a while. I'll be enjoying this for a little while. I have to have some food. Just reminding myself of that. But, again, unsurprisingly for me, can't see where I'm at. Unsurprisingly for me, E.H. Taylor won out for this bottle and bond thing. Which is both good and bad. Because, as I mentioned earlier, it's hard to find and get. But I've been lucky enough to have at least 2. This is probably the second bottle. I don't think I've had 3. Maybe I have. I don't know if it's good or bad if I can't keep track, but considering what I have behind me here, shouldn't be surprising. Hopefully when this one runs out, I'll somehow come across another. That's all I ever think about. We still have the Weller 107 to come across again. We still have the Four Roses LE for 2024. That's long shot. Thankfully, there are Four Roses single barrels that are along this line. And in all truth, as much as I like the idea of getting a special Four Roses limited edition, I'm perfectly happy just getting the Four Roses small batch select. Because those are good. The price tag is not great, but that's where I'm at. However, it is good to know that if I do go for a Four Roses single barrel, I will be pleased with it. The problem is this kind of thing will happen with the other one. The Four Roses small batch select, which is a much higher percentage. I think it's 52% instead of 50, which is why it's like, well, which costs less? Well, good night, sweet dreams. Have a drink on me, as they say. A little Irish whiskey or bourbon, bottle and bond or something. You'll need a drink. Hopefully by the time you wake up, you'll have all the monies. We'll see. Hope for the best, yeah? Yeah. Nothing else. Hope for something. Thank you again to everyone who entered. Thank you for everyone who's a patron of mine, everyone who's a member of mine. I appreciate it greatly. And hopefully within, as I said, the next couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is. I don't like to think of it like that, but that's how it always is. I will be able to get enough funds for the car rental. That's normally my parents would pay for that too, but this time I'm like, no, I can do it, I promise. We'll see. And this is tentative. Like either way, like I want this to be filled, but either way, I'm gonna figure out a way to pay for it. That's just how it is. And in all likelihood, I'll still go into debt on my credit cards. It sucks. I don't think I've ever had that much money cash-wise in my accounts for very long. It's happened. There was once upon a time I had $2,000 in my bank account once. True story. Never again, though. Now I'm in stocks and bonds and what's the other thing that people do that's so dumb? Coin something. Bitcoin, yes. Ooh. I do have a savings account. Just nothing in it. $100. Good stuff. Money is weird, folks. As is life. That's why there's whiskey. I have to remember, I want to have some Irish whiskey today, but after this, I can't have anything until I eat some food. It's going to be pasta and meatballs because it's cheap and tasty. Mike Franklin, good evening. You missed it. Sorry. We're coming up to the end of the stream. I know It's Bourbon Night was going live, or probably is still going live. Normally I don't do raffles on Sundays, but Bottle and Bond Night was tonight, so there we go. Someone did win. We did get a bunch of entries, 20 of them, which is awesome. I'll be back. Keep an eye on the channel. There are still the possibility of doing more gaming streams, something to do, and to put my presence out there so people can donate if they want. Egan's 17 years. Peachy. Awesome. I'll be back here next Friday. I don't know about a video this week. things have happened. We'll see. I hope to get a video out this week, but there are absolutely zero promises right now. But as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome, and I will see you. Ah. Where is it? There we go. Out there. Hey, thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. There it is.